Hello and welcome to the Book by Chat training. I'm happy to have you here. I'm going to walk you through the exact process that we use and our clients use that has helped us generate over $250,000 in signing coaching clients for our business. So if you are a coach that is either handling conversations in the DMs yourself or you have an appointment setting team, this training is super important for you. I'm going to walk you through the exact process we use and the things that you should be mindful of, and the things you should start doing and immediately stop doing as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So inside the Book by Chat process, the first thing that we have to be mindful of are the law of averages, okay? So when it comes to the law of averages, right off the bat, let's say you have 100 people that enter your world today through a lead magnet, through your ads, on your newsletter, in your DM inbox. We have to keep in mind that 50% of those individuals, they will never buy. That's what the law of averages show us. So 50% of people will automatically never buy. I'm just going to set the expectation here, right? Now, out of the remaining 50% of people that enter your world, there's going to be about 20% of those individuals that will buy right now. Right? So it's a small portion of those people. They are amazing clients to work with because they are ready right now. They are problem aware, they are solution aware, and they want to get started immediately. They are disgusted with their situation and they need an answer now. And that's fantastic. We love working with those clients, but we cannot optimize our entire business around just those clients because, again, it's only about 20% of the overall amount of audience that's coming into our world. So the remaining 80% of people of that 50% that will buy, they will buy eventually. So they just need to be nurtured by you, right? So they enter your world, and we look at these individuals as people that will buy eventually. And it's our job to speed up that process, right? Speed up that know, like, and trust process. And so we have to optimize around servicing this group, right? We always want to make ourselves available for those ready now buyers, but because the majority of those individuals fall into the buying eventually, how can we warm those prospects up faster? And how can we qualify them better? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you on this training. So when we look at how to warm up and nurture, right, that comes into the middle of the funnel strategy. And for this training purposes, there's 4 ways that we do this, but for this training, we're going to focus primarily on the Book by Chat process, okay? So inside the Book by Chat process, I'm going to first show you the 5 main mistakes that we see a lot of coaches making even today when it comes to their Book by Chat process. So the first biggest mistake that we see coaches do is the fact that they are sacrificing the standards of the prospects they book over speed, right? So speed over standards. They want to connect with the individual as quickly as possible, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But where the mistake happens is that they are so focused on booking a call as quickly as possible, they jeopardize the standards of, is this prospect even the right person for me to work with, right? And so when I say the coach does this, keep in mind, I'm saying either the coach or their appointment setting team, okay? Now, the second biggest mistake that we see happen is that a lot of coaches or appointment setting team, they sacrifice the quality. They focus on quantity over quality. So it's not just how quickly I can get people on my calendar, it's how many people can I get on my calendar without really focusing so much on the quality, or can I even help this person? Do they even want help? Do I even like this individual to work with, right? And so we see that happen a lot where coaches have there's such a thing as buyer's remorse, but there is also such a thing as sales remorse. So you sign up a client and they are just the worst type of client you want to work with. And that's because it's your fault. You didn't qualify properly. And so that has to happen way before the calls ever happen. It happens in the chat. So that's the second mistake. Coaches sacrifice quality for quantity. The third mistake that we see here is coaches treat the calls as qualifications, as a qualification zone, essentially. Meaning, if they're just in the chat with someone, they're like, you know what, I'm going to qualify them on the call to see if I can help them. That's already way too late in the process. You're wasting tens of hours, if not hundreds of hours a month by getting on calls or booking calls on your calendar, with most of them not even showing up because they're not even qualified in the first place. And so you're hoping to qualify the prospect on the call, which, yes, there is a portion that you can do on a call, but most people just want to do the whole qualification process on calls. And that's the wrong mindset when you're looking at the sales process, because it's already way too late in the process. You need to have a strong foundation before you ever book a call. And that foundation is formed in the chat, right? In the book by chat process. So don't treat your calls as a qualification zone. Now, the fourth biggest mistake that we see is people tend to over explain their services. Now, this is a big one. Nobody cares about all the bells and whistles that your coaching program has to offer, the length of it, the price of it, like all those questions. Yes, they'll be addressed, but that does not happen on a book by chat. It does not happen in the DMs. It does not happen in the emails. All that happens in the book by chat process is us identifying if they're the right person for us to work with, if we can actually help them with a problem that they want solved now, right? So if we can address those questions in the book by chat process, then it makes sense for us to go to the next stage, which is booking a call or sending them over our offer doc. Now, I see this happen too much where people way over explain their services in the DMs that drives that person or that prospect away, because all they're doing is essentially chat shopping, right? Window shopping, but now in the chat, and they're trying to talk to as many different coaches or, to get an understanding of what they have to offer. So you definitely do not want to over explain. You're doing your prospects a huge disservice, because if there's someone that you can actually help, but you're ruining the sales process by over explaining your services too early, they're going to jump ship and they're going to ghost you in the DMs. Now, the last mistake that we see coaches do is that they have no emotional pull in the DMs, right? And you can create this. You can create emotional buyers in the DMs if you're asking the right questions at the right time. Because remember, people buy on emotion and they justify with logic. And so the only thing that we're focused on doing here in the book by chat process is selling the next step, right? So if you are someone who does sales calls, the only thing you're selling in the book by chat is getting on a call with you if it makes sense for you, right? If you don't do sales calls, then the only next step is for you to take them from the chat and send them your offer doc for them to sign up. So by asking the right questions at the right time, you can build an enormous amount of an emotional pull for them to want to take action with you, okay? So these are the things these are the biggest mistakes that we see. So instead, what do we focus on inside the book by chat that allows us to scale our calls, to scale our revenue generated through offer docs? We need to qualify this prospect as what we call a 5-star prospect, okay? So these the 5 criteria that has to be in place in order for you to book a call or send over your offer doc, I'm going to walk you through the 5 pieces of criteria that needs to be in place. So the first piece of it is that prospect needs to be willing to engage. This is pretty much self-explanatory. They need to be, willing to engage in dialogue with you, actually respond to you. And I say this because, funny enough, a lot of coaches, they'll continue following up, with prospects in the DMs when that prospect never really even responded to you in the first place, and you're just following up once, twice, 3 times, and it's just a complete waste of your time. If they've never responded to you, if they're not willing to engage with you, then you just move on. Your time is way better served by just moving on to the next one. Okay. Now, the second piece of criteria that we need to focus on with a 5-star prospect is that if they are engaging, are they friendly and cooperative? Is this someone that you actually enjoy speaking to or having a conversation with in the DMs? Odds are, if it is, you'll probably enjoy speaking with them on a phone call, and more so as a coaching client. So you need to understand, are they friendly and cooperative? The third piece to it is, do they know what they want? They know what they want, and just as important, what they don't want. If you're speaking to someone, they're engaging with you, they're cooperative, but they have no idea what they want or no idea what they don't want, you don't book a call with them. You don't send them your offer doc. You leave it at that. They need to know exactly what they want, and you need to understand is that something that you can help them achieve? Or if they don't want something, if they have something that they don't want, do you have the skill set to help them remove that from their situation? Okay? The fourth piece to this is, do they know when they want it? Do they know when they want the solution? If someone is speaking to you and they say, I know exactly what I want or don't want, but you know what? This is something down the line that I want to solve, in the next 6 months to a year. Does it make sense for you to get on a call with them? Probably not, right? But if someone tells you, yeah, this is a problem that I've been actively searching for a solution for, then it makes sense for you to book a call or send them over your offer doc. And then the final piece to the 5-star, for someone being a 5-star prospect, is that they would actually they would want some help from you, right? They want help, right? Because if someone's saying, yeah, they're friends, if someone's saying, if they're willing to engage, they're friendly and cooperative, they know what they want, what they don't want, and they know when they want the solution, but they are telling you, so I'm working it out myself. I think I know what to do, right? And they don't want help, doesn't mean, it means that you should not book a call with them, right? But it's as simple as asking them, would they like some help? And if they do want help, then great. Then you get on a call with them. I can't stress enough how important it is to qualify every prospect in the DMs through email. They have to qualify as a 5-star prospect before you ever book a call or send them over your offer doc. Okay? So this is what a 5-star prospect is. Now, let me break down the Book by Chat framework, right? So in order to qualify better and build trust faster and getting this completed, right? Getting the 5-star prospect qualification process completed, there is a framework that we use. So that framework looks like this. So if we're looking to book by chat, there are 3 elements to it. The first is that we need to connect in a very authentic way in the DMs, right? Once we connect, we need to know how to qualify better by asking the right questions at the right time. And then finally, we need to know how to convert those prospects into a sales call or to get them to sign up through your offer doc, okay? And there's 3 stages for each one of these pillars. On the connect side, the 3 main things that we look at, number 1 is that we need to appear in their DMs. We just need to show up, right? We need to have a message that we know we can say over and over again that appears in their DMs that gets them to respond back to you. And it has to be an authentic way. It can't just be like an automated or an AI message. It has to come from you or your appointment setting team. Then you need to have an opener, right? It has to be an open-ended question that makes it so easy for them to answer, right? You don't want to come across with a question that is complicated or makes them think too much before they answer. You want to make it very easy for them to respond to you and make it very easy for them to get into the habit of responding to your questions. So it's very important that the first question in the opener is very simple and make it easy for them to answer. The next, to go along with this theme, what I love to have here is a this or that question. So I'll give you an example. In my case, I would say, do you do one-on-one coaching or group coaching, right? So it makes it very easy for my potential client, which are business coaches that are scaling to $10,000 to $30,000 a month. In the this or that, I would say, hey, do you do more one-on-one coaching or group coaching, right? That's just a good example on that front. You would have to customize it for based on your niche and what makes sense for them. The next 3 stages, once we connect and we're getting a response from them, they're engaging with us, which is great. Now we have to know how to qualify. So the first stage in qualifying is that we need to understand what the gap is. So you need to establish the gap, where they are now and ultimately where they want to go, right? What's the biggest problem that they're experiencing and ultimately where it is that they want to go? What do they want to achieve? Every single potential client either has a problem they don't want or they want a solution that they don't have. So it's your job in the qualification piece to understand what that is. And so that's where we establish the gap. The next piece is understanding, well, now that we know what the gap is, what is it that they need in order to achieve that solution or to get rid of the problem that they don't want? Okay. And then the final piece to the qualification side is, do they actually want help with what they need? If that need is something that you can help them with, then it's just as simple as asking them, would you like some help with that, right? Once you get to that point. So that is the final piece of qualifying. Now, if they qualify and they say yes, they're open to help, because remember, we need to make sure that they want help before we offer our help. The first stage in the convert is a simple suggestion of what you believe is the right next move. It could be a simple invitation. It could suggest, I have an idea. Why don't we brainstorm some ideas around this problem? Again, you would have to customize it based on the Book by Chat script, but this would be the stage. You would have to suggest an idea that they would be open to. So you suggest the idea. If they're open to that suggestion, you then offer your time on a sales call. Again, you're not going to call it a sales call. You can talk about, we run assessment calls. You could brainstorm an idea on a brainstorming session, strategy session, whatever you want to call it. But you can offer a call. Or if you don't have sales calls, this is the stage where you send them over your offer doc, right? And say, check out this offer doc, read through it, let me know your thoughts, right? And we have a training on that on a separate video on how to create your offer docs. And then the final piece to this is confirm. So you want to confirm that they either received the offer doc, they're good to go, that they signed up, they clicked the link, they purchased whatever it is, if that was the offer doc. Now, if you were not selling through an offer doc and you're selling a next stage, which is a sales call, then you want to confirm that they picked a day and time to get on a call with you or a member of your team, right? So you would send them over your calendar link and make sure that they go ahead and book in that time, okay? And then you want to confirm that they booked it in, and so that it's on your side of the calendar as well, and that they're going to get all the automated reminders and the Zoom details and calendar details, right? So this is the 9 stages of the Book by Chat process. And if you want to go deeper on this, and if you're watching this video before Thursday, February 26th, just know that's the day I'm running a workshop where I'm actually providing the entire script under each one of these stages, where we go a deep dive and we actually customize your script based on your niche. We have a bunch of different tools, ChatGPTs, custom GPTs, to help you form your own script as it relates to the Book by Chat. So if you'd like to join us on a live workshop, just comment the word workshop below. I'll send you the details to that workshop. Again, it's February 26th at 1 p.m. And you can come and join us, and we're going to build out your entire script together. But if you're watching this video after that date, no worries at all. We've recorded the workshop. You can always get access to it afterwards. But if you'd like to jump on a call with myself or a member of my team, you can always just say the word book below, and we'll go ahead and send you the calendar link. And again, if this is on YouTube, we'll just drop our calendar link below, so you can go ahead and just book a call. We run assessment calls with different coaches at different stages that are looking to scale their businesses to $10,000 to $30,000 a month. So if you do want to review where you're at with myself or a member of my team, we'd love to kind of look at where you're at and see if we can offer our support. So you can go ahead and book a call with us below. Outside of that, hope to see you on a workshop. Hopefully you found this training helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next training.